My girlfriend said, I'm moving out but keeping the apartment since my name's on the lease. I said, makes sense. Then I removed every single item I'd paid for. Furniture, TV, kitchen appliances. When she walked into her apartment, it was just 4 empty walls and her clothes. I'm 29, male, and I've been with Ashley, 27, for 2 years. We moved in together about a year ago into a really nice 2-bedroom apartment. Important detail, her credit was better than mine at the time. Mine was still recovering from medical debt. So the lease went solely in her name. Still, I paid the security deposit, the first month's rent, and furnished the entire place, since she was between jobs when we moved in. Last Monday, she sat me down with that serious expression, we need to talk about us. Never a good start. I've been doing some thinking, and I don't think this is working anymore. I need to explore who I am without being in a relationship. Fine. Breakups happen. I'm an adult. But then she added, since the lease is in my name, I'll be keeping the apartment. You need to move out by the end of the month. I paused, processing. So you're breaking up with me and kicking me out. I'm not kicking you out. I'm just exercising my legal right to the apartment. It's nothing personal. Nothing personal. She's making me homeless. And it's nothing personal. What about all the furniture, the TV, everything I bought? She actually laughed. Well, it's in the apartment, so it stays with the apartment. Don't be petty about some furniture, Ryan. I looked around. The $3,200 sectional couch I bought, the 65-inch OLED TV, the entire kitchen setup, KitchenAid mixer, Instant Pot, the espresso machine she used every morning, my gaming setup, the bedroom furniture, even the shower curtain. Right? I said. Makes sense. She smiled, thinking she'd won. I knew you'd be mature about this. That was Monday evening. By Tuesday morning, I'd made some calls. Update 1. I took a sick day from work. Ashley left for her job at 8 a.m., giving me a patronizing kiss on the forehead like I was a child who had accepted his punishment. The moment her car left the parking lot, I called my buddy Jake, who owns a moving company. I need your biggest truck and 2 guys. Today. I'll pay cash. Everything okay, bro? Ashley's keeping the apartment because her name's on the lease, so I'm taking everything that's mine. Everything. Jake showed up at 10 a.m. with 2 movers. I had receipts for everything. I am meticulous about records. We started with the obvious. The entire living room set, couch, coffee, table, TV stand, the TV, then the dining table and chairs, the bedroom furniture. I bought the whole set from West Elm. My office setup desk, chair, gaming PC, monitors. Then I really thought about it. She said, everything in the apartment stays with the apartment. Stays with the apartment. Fine. Let's define everything. All the kitchen appliances I bought, microwave, toaster, blender, air fryer, that expensive espresso machine, the rugs, every single one. The curtains and blinds that replaced the awful ones that came with the place. The pots, pans, dishes, and silverware, all mine. Bathroom items, shower caddy, medicine cabinet organizer, even the toilet brush holder. The smart home devices, thermostat, doorbell camera, smart bulbs, router, modem. I had upgraded all of it. I even took the good hangers from the closet and left her the wire ones. The movers thought it was hilarious. Damn, you really bought everything, huh? Yep, and now I'm taking it all. By 2 p.m., the apartment looked like a model unit before staging. Just white walls, basic fixtures, and carpet. I folded her clothes neatly and left them on the floor where the bed had been. I took the bed frame but left the mattress. It was hers from before we met. I set up my new place across town. I'd been looking since Monday night and found a studio available immediately. It's smaller, but it's mine. The best part, I had doorbell camera footage of everything being moved out, daylight, completely peaceful, all my property. I even made sure the receipts were visible as we loaded each item. At 5 p.m., I texted her, moved out as requested. Keys are on the kitchen counter. She replied, thanks for being mature about this. Oh honey, just wait. Update 2. At 6:47 p.m., my phone blew up. First, a string of texts. What the hell did you do? Where is everything? This is theft. I'm calling the police. You can't do this. Then she called 23 times in a row. I didn't answer. Then came the voicemail, which I saved. Ryan, you psychotic piece of trash. You took everything, there's nothing here. Not even a fork. Where am I supposed to sleep? What am I supposed to eat with? You even took the toilet paper holder. Call me back right now or I'm calling the cops. I texted back once. I took my belongings as requested. The apartment is all yours now. Enjoy exploring who you are. She actually called the cops. They showed up at my new place around 9 p.m. Officer, sir. We got a complaint about stolen property. Officer, I have receipts for everything I moved today. Doorbell footage of the move and text messages where she told me to vacate the apartment. Would you like to see them? I showed them everything. The receipts, the footage of me moving my own belongings, and her text saying the apartment was hers and I needed to leave. Officer, so you took your property from an apartment? You were told to vacate? Me, exactly. The older officer actually chuckled. Sir, this is a civil matter. You can't steal your own property. My AM will need to take this to small claims if she has an issue. They left. Ashley called, screaming about how I had manipulated the cops. I hung up and blocked her number. But this is where it gets even better. Wednesday morning, I got a call from building management. Apparently Ashley had called them in hysterics, claiming I'd vandalized the apartment. They sent maintenance to check. Building manager, Mr. Peterson. We need to discuss the apartment situation. Me, I moved out as requested by Miss Ashley. Is there damage? Building manager, no, it's in perfect condition. Better than most move-outs. But Miss Ashley is claiming you stole fixtures. I took my personal belongings. I have receipts for everything. The apartment still has all its original fixtures. Building manager, the thermostat. Me, I installed a smart one. I put the original back. It's there. The blinds, I replaced them with the originals from the storage closet. You kept the originals. Of course. They belonged to the apartment. There was a pause. Then Mr. Peterson said, I have to say, I have never seen anyone document a move-out this thoroughly. It turns out Ashley tried to claim I had stolen apartment property to get them to charge me. Instead, they informed her that since only her name is on the lease, she's responsible for any damages or missing items when she moves out. Update 3. Thursday, the smear campaign began. Ashley unblocked me just to send screenshots of her social media posts. Some men really can't handle rejection. Imagine being so petty that you strip an entire apartment because your fragile ego got hurt. Narcissist X starting over. Her friends were eating it up. Comments like, you deserve better. What a man-child, this is financial abuse. So I posted my own update. Just 3 photos. 1, a stack of receipts totaling over $15,000. 2, a screenshot of her text saying, it stays with the apartment. 3, a photo of my new place, fully furnished, captioned, when she keeps the apartment, but you keep everything else. My stuff, my choice. My post got shared far more than hers. Turns out people love a good justice story. But Ashley wasn't done. Friday morning, I got a text from an unknown number. Her friend Megan. Ashley is staying with me because she has nowhere to sleep. You left her with nothing. She had to sleep on the floor. How can you be so heartless? Me, she has a mattress and all her clothes. I only took what I paid for. Megan, she can't even make coffee. You took the coffee maker. I bought the coffee maker. Normal people don't do this. You're supposed to split things. Me. She said everything stays with the apartment. Then she clarified that meant my stuff too. I disagreed and took my belongings. She wanted the apartment to herself. She got it. You are a monster. She's going to sue you. Cool. I have receipts. Then came a call from Ashley's mom, Diane. I actually liked Diane. She had always been kind to me, but this call was different. Ryan, sweetheart, what happened? Ashley is hysterical. She broke up with me and told me to move out because the lease is in her name. So I moved out and took my belongings. She says you took everything, even the kitchen supplies. I did. I bought them. But honey, where is she supposed to live? In the apartment she wanted to keep, with no furniture. That's not my problem anymore, Diane. She made it clear the apartment was hers and that I needed to leave. I left. A long pause. How much did you spend on all that furniture? About $15,000 over the past year. Another pause. And she expected you to just leave it? I see. Well, that was short-sighted of her. The call ended with Diane saying she'd talked to Ashley about having realistic expectations. Update 4. Saturday morning, 7 a.m., there was pounding on my door. Not knocking, pounding. I checked the doorbell camera. Yes? I took that too and installed it at my new place. It was Ashley with 2 large men I didn't recognize. I called through the door. Can I help you? Open this door right now. We're getting my stuff. Your stuff isn't here. The furniture is mine. We live together. It's communal property. We weren't married. I have receipts. Please leave. One of the men spoke up. Just open the door, man. Let's sort this out. Sir, I don't know you. I'm calling the police if you don't leave. Go ahead, call them. I'll tell them you stole from me. So I did. I told dispatch there were 3 people attempting to force entry into my apartment. The cops arrived within 10 minutes. I showed them the footage of the pounding, the threats about taking her stuff, and the 2 unknown men. The officer asked Ashley, "Ma'am, do you have proof this property is yours?" "We live together. It's common law." The cop replied, "This state doesn't recognize common law marriage. Do you have receipts?" Ashley said, "He has the receipts, but it was for us." "Ma'am, without proof of ownership, you need to leave. This is harassment." The 2 men, who turned out to be her cousins, apologized to me directly. One of them said, "She told us you robbed her." I showed them the receipts on my phone. They looked disgusted and left without her. Ashley had to get an Uber home. But the best part happened Monday. I got a call from her friend Brittany, who was supposed to be Ashley's roommate in a few months. They had planned for me to move out and for Brittany to move in. Hey Ryan, weird question. Did Ashley have a furnished apartment when you met her? No, she was living with her parents. Why? She told me the apartment came fully furnished and that she was doing me a favor by letting me move into such a nice place. I furnished that apartment, every single piece. She was going to charge me $400 extra for a furnished place with furniture that wasn't hers. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. Brittany not only backed out of moving in, she also told their entire friend group about Ashley's plan to rent my furniture to her. Update 5. Tuesday, I was served with small claims court papers. Ashley is suing me for theft of communal property, emotional distress, and loss of peaceful enjoyment of the residence. She's asking for $20,000, more than I even spent on the furniture. I hired a lawyer friend for a consultation. He looked at the paperwork and laughed. She has no case. You have receipts. She has texts admitting the apartment is hers alone, and she told you to leave. This is going to be embarrassing for her. Then something beautiful happened. The apartment complex called me. Remember the building manager, Mr. Peterson? I'm not supposed to do this, but I thought you should know. Miss Ashley hasn't paid November rent. She's claiming she can't afford it because you stole her money by taking the furniture. But rent was due before I moved out. Exactly. She's been served with a pay or quit notice. Thought you might want to know in case she tries to claim this is somehow your fault too. I didn't have to wait long. Thursday, Ashley's mom, Diane, called again. Ryan, Ashley is being evicted. That's unfortunate. She says it's because he took everything. Rent is the same whether the apartment is furnished or not. She quit her job. What? When? 2 weeks ago. She said she was going to manifest her dream life and didn't need corporate oppression. I almost dropped the phone. She quit her job before breaking up with me. She was planning to have me pay for everything. While she found herself, Diane, she thought I'd leave the furniture and keep paying half the rent until she found someone else. Why would you pay rent on an apartment you can't live in? That's what I asked her. She said it was your responsibility as a man to make sure she was comfortable. Even her own mother sounded disgusted. Update 6. Court day arrived 3 weeks after the breakup. Ashley showed up in a suit that was far too formal, like she was heading to the Supreme Court. I wore khakis and a polo. My lawyer advised me to look responsible but not overdressed. The judge reviewed the case. Ashley went first. Your Honor, we built a life together. Everything in that apartment was ours. He vindictively stripped it bare, leaving me with nothing, causing severe emotional distress and financial hardship. Miss, were you and the defendant married? No. Did you have any written agreement regarding property? No, but there was an understanding. I'll hear from the defendant. My lawyer stood. Your Honor, my client has receipts for every item totaling $15,247. He has text messages from the plaintiff stating the apartment was hers alone and that he needed to vacate. He has doorbell footage showing him peacefully removing his belongings during daytime hours. The plaintiff called the police, who determined no crime was committed. The judge reviewed the evidence. Miss Ashley, did you send this text stating the apartment is mine? You need to move out. Yes. But did you tell him, and I quote, everything in the apartment stays with the apartment? I meant, did you or did you not say that? Yes. Case dismissed. The defendant removed his personal property from a residence he was told to vacate. Plaintiff Al's court costs. Ashley started crying. This isn't fair. You left me with nothing. The judge replied, you left yourself with nothing when you assumed someone else's property was yours. Next case, outside the courthouse, Ashley's mom was waiting. She didn't say anything to Ashley, just walked up to me. I'm sorry about all this, Ryan. You're a good man. She needs to grow up. Mom, whose side are you on? The side that didn't quit their job to manifest nonsense while expecting someone else to pay their bills. They left arguing. Update 7. It's been 2 months now. Here's where everyone ended up. Ashley got evicted. She moved back in with her parents, who made her get a job at a call center. She has to pay them rent. She tried using dating apps with photos from the old apartment to appear successful. Someone recognized the apartment and tagged me in the comments. Isn't this the place you had to strip empty because she tried to steal your stuff? Her profile got roasted so badly she deleted it. Brittany, the friend who was supposed to move in, spread the story about Ashley's scheme. Ashley lost most of her friend group. Megan still defends her, but even she wouldn't let Ashley move in. The apartment? The complex rented it out immediately. The new tenants actually messaged me on Facebook after finding my name on some old mail. They said the place was beautiful but completely empty and asked if I knew what happened. I sent them the link to my viral post. They said it was the best apartment drama they'd ever heard. My new place is smaller, but it's perfect for me. I got a promotion at work. Turns out not having relationship drama improves performance. I'm dating someone new, Sarah, who actually owns her own furniture and doesn't believe in manifesting rent money. Ashley texted me last week from a new number. I know you hate me, but I wanted you to know you really hurt me. I thought we were building something together. I responded, we were. Then you decided to keep what we built and kick me out. How did that work out for you? She replied, you're heartless. I blocked that number too. Her cousin, one of the guys who showed up at my door, reached out later to apologize properly. He said Ashley had told the whole family I was abusive and had stolen from her. When he saw the receipts and texts, he realized she was lying. Apparently, this isn't the first time she's done something like this. Her ex before me had a similar situation, but he just walked away and let her keep everything. That's probably why she thought it would work again. The best part? Last week, I drove past the old apartment complex and saw Ashley in the parking lot. She was there with her mom, apparently begging the building manager for another chance. He wasn't having it. She saw me driving by and tried to flag me down. I just waved and kept going. Sarah asked me if I regret taking everything. The only thing I regret is not seeing her face when she walked into that empty apartment. Sarah laughed. Remind me never to piss you off. Just don't try to keep an apartment you didn't pay for and claim my stuff is yours. Deal. Looking back, the whole situation cost me maybe $1,000 in moving expenses and legal consultation, worth every penny to watch someone learn that you can't just claim other people's property because you want it. She wanted the apartment entirely to herself. That's exactly what she got. Just the apartment. Nothing more. Nothing less. Oh, and that espresso machine she used every morning? It makes incredible coffee in my new kitchen. Every time I use it, I think about how she's probably drinking instant coffee at her parents' house, and I smile. Karma is a beautiful thing when you have receipts. Final update. One last thing happened that I have to share. 6 months after everything went down, I got a message on LinkedIn from Ashley's dad, Robert. I'd only met him a couple of times. He always seemed like a quiet guy. Ryan, I wanted to personally apologize for my daughter's behavior. Diane showed me the texts and receipts. I'm ashamed of how she treated you. I want you to know we've made her start therapy, and she's not allowed to date until she can prove she can support herself independently for a full year. Your restraint in not pressing charges for harassment was more than she deserved. I hope you're doing well." I replied, "Thank you, Robert. I appreciate the message. I hope Ashley learns from this experience." He responded, "She's learning. She asked us to buy her new furniture. We told her to check Facebook Marketplace and garage sales. She said that was beneath her. She's currently sitting on a lawn chair in her room, using a cardboard box as a desk. Maybe a few more months of that will teach her the value of things. Even her own father knew she needed this lesson." Honestly, I don't hate Ashley. I feel nothing toward her. She was a lesson about recognizing entitlement, protecting yourself legally, and the importance of keeping receipts. She thought she had found someone who would fund her lifestyle while she found herself. Instead, she found herself back in her childhood bedroom, sitting on lawn furniture, working at a call center, and being forced to grow up for the first time in her life. And me? I'm typing this from my new apartment, sitting in my expensive ergonomic desk chair, looking at my wall-mounted OLED TV, about to cook dinner for Sarah using all my kitchen appliances. Life is good when you don't let entitled people walk all over you. The moral of the story: if someone tells you to leave but thinks they're keeping your stuff, take them at their word about the leaving part. But your stuff goes with you every single time.